How does film speed affect disposable camera photos? Imagine capturing a moment with a camera that's simple, fun, and full of character. Disposable cameras were everywhere in the 2000s, helping us freeze memories in a way that feels nostalgic today. But have you ever wondered how the film inside those cameras influences the look of your photos? Well, it all comes down to something called film speed. Film speed is measured by ISO, which stands for International Standards Organization. It tells us how sensitive the film is to light. The lower the number, like ISO 100, the less sensitive it is. That means it needs brighter conditions to produce a clear picture. On the other hand, higher numbers like ISO 400 mean the film is more sensitive to light, so it can handle darker environments better. Most disposable cameras from the 2000s used ISO 400 film. This was because it made taking pictures indoors or on cloudy days much easier. You didn't need perfect lighting to get a decent shot. If you used a lower ISO film, like 100 or 200, you'd need bright sunlight to avoid blurry or dark images. That made them less flexible for everyday use. When it comes to how the photos look, higher ISO films tend to produce more grain or noise. That's the tiny specks you see in some pictures. This grainy effect actually became part of the charm of disposable camera photos from the 2000s. It gave them a vintage, slightly imperfect vibe that many people love today. Lower ISO films, however, create images that are smoother and clearer with less grain. But those were less common in disposable cameras because they didn't perform well in low light. Another factor is flash. Most disposable cameras had built-in flashes powered by AA batteries. Higher ISO film meant you could take better pictures without needing the flash in dim settings. But the flash was still handy for freezing motion and brightening up subjects, especially in low light. Since disposable cameras had fixed shutter speeds around 1/100th of a second, you couldn't change the exposure manually. Instead, film speed helped the camera adapt to different lighting conditions. Higher ISO film made it easier to shoot in various environments without fussing over settings. In the 2000s, most disposable cameras used ISO 400 film because it balanced ease of use with decent picture quality. That's why those photos often look a little grainy and spontaneous, capturing a carefree moment in time. Today, people love that nostalgic look, and many new disposable cameras still use similar film speeds to recreate that vintage feel. So, in simple terms, film speed affects how sensitive the film is to light, how grainy the photos are, and how well they perform in different lighting. The choice of ISO 400 in most 2000s disposable cameras helped create those iconic, slightly imperfect images that still make us smile today.